G'day folks. Well, it's been a few days. I've actually enjoyed a bit of a break from putting up the videos, but I've been busy on the car. I've put a tacho in it. I actually had an old Smith tacho gauge. Really nice one. Must be 4 inch, 5 inch. Oh, probably the same diameter as that. And yeah, I've mounted it in there, and I'll show you in a sec. We'll give it a quick start up. Tomorrow is the private practice day, so I'm going to head down around lunchtime, and we'll go from there. But running beautiful. I steepened up the curve a little bit with the timing on the graph, and it's made it really snappy. It's unbelievable. It really is, guys. I phased in, well, I checked the phasing on my rotor button versus on here where it fires. What I did, I was actually going to do a vid on it, but oh geez guys, it's not easy to try and film it when it's in the back of the motor, the dizzy and everything, and oh look, I didn't bother with it, guys. But what I'll show you now, where it's actually, where it's actually sparking corresponding on the rotor button. I'll turn it around a little bit and I'll show you guys. Alright, well just picture it spinning that way. It's firing about there. So as it sort of swoops by, bang, it's going on about there. And that's up in the revs too. So I'm sort of more than happy with that. If it was around sort of there, yeah, probably not ideal, because you've got a chance of actually cross-firing onto the next, onto this one here. So you don't want that, and that'd be detrimental. If you've had a spark jump to the next cylinder a lot earlier, you know, guessing there, you're probably 20-30 degrees, like earlier advanced. So that'd be shocking to the engine. So it's about there. I'm sort of quite happy with that. What's happened is, because I've locked it out at 30 degrees, it's sort of twisted it around, if you understand what I mean, sort of around a bit further. If I went back to sort of standard trim, it'd probably be about there. But to me, it's still acceptable. I'm still quite happy with that. So yeah, it wasn't hard to do. I ended up drilling a hole, a 3/8 hole on number 1. And you just get the timing light on it and it just flashes up, and you'll see where it's sort of, where this is phasing. You know, you'll just get a glimpse every time it comes around, and yeah, it's not that hard. So at least I know it's okay. Well guys, I've had a few goodies turn up. A month or so ago I talked about redoing that 355 stroker engine. It turns out I'm not sure I'm going to go down that road with the thrust bearing, a Torrington style at the minute. I'm sort of just in two minds. I think I'll just get the thing going, and I'm actually going to do some modifications again on the transmission lines. And actually I'm going to go slightly bigger with the transmission lines. I'm going to put another cooler in, but I'll show you all that, guys. That's what the cause was to the other engine. Just excessive thrust pushing on the converter, or pushing away from the gearbox, and then it was just laying onto the motor, and that's what caused the thrust issues for that 355. So we've got a brand new crank. It's only a cast steel crank, nothing crazy going on, and we've got some mains bearings and we've got conrod bearings. Now I'm going to get this crank balanced, and I need to get it machined down to suit the neoprene seal that the early Holden block that I have runs. And what I'll do, maybe in the next video or two, I'll get the old crank out and I'll show you the difference in sizes. This is a rope seal style, so this will suit the rope seal for the rear main seal. And yeah. And actually I'll measure it up and just see how much difference it is over the neoprene seal. So that's no big deal. I don't know, I think he charges about 120 bucks to machine it. And that's all good. But anyway, we're going to dive into that little block guys, so in the coming weeks or a month or two I want to sort of get it prepped up, and I'm actually going to put a slightly bigger camshaft in it. I'm going to buy another oil pump and a few other little things, just to sort of, so I don't have to sort of part out too much on that engine, and I can sort of keep that intact, at least the block or the short part of the engine. Alright, well I've got it all sort of ready. I'm about to load up the car soon and get it ready for tomorrow, guys. But she's running as good, guys, as it's ever run. I'll tell you now, I've really hit the money on the, or hit the nail on the head with it all, guys. I just can't believe how much timing just before boost has made a difference. Even just sitting here idling, I drove it around the yard and it's, oh god, it's so touchy on the throttle. So, oh, it's exciting. There's my little Smith gauge. Now, it's made in UK. Actually, I've had this around 25 years, this little gauge, and tacho, and it's awesome. See here, guys, when I sort of see when I dab on the throttle, what that is doing is actually thrusting more fluid through the line cooler out of the transmission, and when you give it that little zap, it's forcing the fluid through, hence rising the fluid pressure. So the idea is, if I can go for a slightly bigger line and try and keep that that line pressure down, because that's what causes the thrust with the converter into the engine. It causes all the issues. So I'm hoping if I can sort of really rectify this, and to be honest, it creeps past 50 a little bit with this engine, but if I can even have it so it doesn't go any higher than 50 psi, it's not going to cause an issue. This is ridiculous, this thing. It's really snappy. Bloody awesome. I'll hold it around there and show you that's all the wiring tidied up, guys, so I'm really stoked with it. It's unbelievable. The whole thing's just come together really well. God, I can't wait to get this thing down there tomorrow and sort of give it a test. I think it's going to be unbelievable, like just before boost, and oh, this is a beast. I can't believe it. Alright folks, well it's just a little update to let you know that I'm heading down tomorrow, and I can't wait to test it. It's going to be absolutely awesome. So we're going to do a few vids on it. I may even do a little talking one when I come back in, and we'll have a fiddle around with the timing map and see if I can improve on it a little bit. Now's my chance. I've got the laptop all sort of connected with it, and yeah, it's all good, guys. Well, I'll pop one up soon, guys. I'm back on the march again, and I'll catch you later.